Hello everyone! Today we are making a magnificent 3D golden butterfly. You will be probably surprised how I incorporated textiles to create some fantastic and easy textures. I can't wait to show you how I made it. This lovely original is for sale now on my website abcreativeofficial.com. Now today I'm really craving some 3D work, more 3D than usual, and I also had requests to use something different than the canvas. I'm going to be working on a board and then we're going to frame it. Looking through all my bags and materials and various textures that I wanted to use, I came across some fabric and it was like, yes, why don't we try fabric? I've never tried that before, so this is my absolutely first time. An old shirt that I bought because I really like the pattern, and I just cut a section and I thought, what if I work on a textile background? I'm hoping it's going to be super interesting. So this is going to be replacement for some textures that I was going to make using all-purpose filler like I did before, tried before, but because this is something new, I am super excited. And now I'm just wondering whether I want white background or this beige brown. I think it will look better on this. I have either my PVA glue or I found Mod Podge that I haven't used before. Perhaps I'll try this, see how that behaves. It does look like my PVA. It's a bit, I think it's a bit thinner. Let me see how a PVA will behave. Let's try a PVA. Oh, this is thicker. This is thicker, and I do want a thicker layer to for my fabric to adhere really well. I think I should have taken a bigger brush. You know what I'm tempted? You probably know. Just to do this. But I know some of you will probably not be happy with that. Let me use a palette knife. See, I'm testing everything with you and for you. I do want the glue to go through the fabric, so kind of soak it a bit. I've never spread glue this way before. Time to stick the fabric. Checking where the colors are brighter. And I think this side. Okay, I've decided to spray it with water a bit and spray a thin layer of glue on top. I stretched the fabric a bit more and hopefully it's going to get dry really nicely. I'm using a bit of white paint with water and dabbing in some sections that I think are a bit too dark. A little bit of a whitewash. I don't know, I just wanted some lighter sections. I think I'll leave it like this. And this is the template that I'm going to use. I made this butterfly using chains and that was lots of fun. If you haven't watched this tutorial, there's a link over there. But I thought this is exactly the right size, so why not use it? I might adapt it, of course. I'm going to outline the butterfly. Let's just hope it's going to work smoothly. I always show what I use. However, there are so many questions. What paste do you use? This is all-purpose filler. What is it called in America? Wall putty? You know, you can cover some cracks in your wall. When it's fresh, it's quite soft. Oh, I just hope it's going to work. So I am basically applying it onto the cloth. And I'll try to make some edges in a minute. A bit thicker. I think I'll spread some first. I definitely don't want it perfect. I want some thicker edges and thinner edges. I'm going to go back here and then some more. If you are like me, halfway through thinking, there's no way it's going to look any good, I have to persevere and then I'll see. But I really don't like giving up. I don't like giving up. I'm shaping the body in my hands. And the head, probably too big. I didn't want it so round and perfect. I am also going to do some marks on the body. I've decided to make antennas out of wire, and I am going to glue them to the background. And now, since I've done this, I can put a little bit of the paste on the very ending. A really small amount, just like no, not curved, come on, something like that. And I'm going to glue it as well. Super dry now, and I'm thinking that I'm going to distress it a bit or whitewash with some spray paint. I'll take it outside. I've got white water-based spray paint, and I also have Sahara beige, so I'm just planning to spray it a little bit. If it's too much, I'm going to wipe it off. That's what I did, and now I'm thinking maybe I'll uncover just a little bit of the red, but not too much. I do like this sort of old look. I think I do. How cool is that? Now imagine it framed. I'm trying to decide what color I want my butterfly to be. I don't want anything vibrant. These are the leftover from my Beyond Pouring series. That's the tutorial, and I'm really fond of those flowers. And I do like the colors. I was thinking white, cream, beige. Let's just try these. A little bit. Again, I have my wipe ready. If it's too much, I would like some of the dark values to stay in the crevices. I'm adding some brown. Emphasizing some of the lines. Just deepening them a bit. Some highlights with white. Again, as you can see, I'm really not using much, but I really wanted those darker colors here in the midsection. As you've noticed, I'm not actually trying to put white on the ridges because I do want them gold. I am just going in between. I think that lightens it up nicely. All right, I think that's enough of white, and time for gold. Now I am really trying to touch the ridges and going over. As you can see, just a little bit of a gold shimmer, little bit on his body. I didn't want to be over generous here. As usual, I keep going and adding, and I thought, yes, I think gold leaf would look nice here, and I know some of you love it. I don't use it that often. take it all off and we'll see the outcome. I removed the edges. As I said, I want it quite subtle. I hope it's not an overkill. Now the body. It's probably a bit too much on the body, or maybe not. But it's very easy to remove it all if you think that's too much. Let's clean it and show you the result. I consider it finished. I added a faint signature in the style so that it doesn't stand out too much. Alright, and now I'll show you what I was thinking of in the first place. And now let's see how good it's going to look in the frame. Ta-da! I really like the juxtaposition of the smooth frame and the roughness of the piece. But it can also go behind the glass. What do you think? Which one do you prefer? I'm not sure which one I do. So that was fun. That was really fun. I hope you enjoyed the project as well. I love those brown edges with it. I removed the passepartout because I think that looks better and it's in the style. Well, there we go. I'm so happy with this piece and the frame too. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget that the original is for sale now on my website. It could be hanging on your wall. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, because I have a new exciting tutorial out every Saturday. Thank you so much for watching. See you all next week. Bye bye.